on her mama's soul, on her dead mama's soul. Yeah. You love who will get blocked right now. Sweetheart, I don't give a fuck who you are. Respectfully. Fuck you talking about. Fuck y'all bitches stupid assholes talking about. No, you get off my dick, bitch. Yeah, ain't sliding this year, bitch. Ain't sliding, cause y'all think all that other shit that was sliding is gonna slide now. And it's certain things I know. I don't think y'all want me to say it. And I'm not only talking about Bigfoot. Certain things I know y'all don't want me to say. Yo, can y'all pull up the party? What that party song? Yeah, post the party song, shit.
Meg the Hoof Feet Stallion.
Really? Don't do her like that. Her feet is that ugly because he shot her in the foot.
See that? 104,000. More than you can sell in the first week with 3 Grammys. You see that? That's what happens when you what? Lie on your dead mama. Lie on your dead mama. Lie on your dead mama. Your dead mama. Talk about my family.
I love Nicki and all, but like, she coming off like she bullying people. She bothering people, starting shit for no reason. Nicki, like, what about your music?
Meg the Hoof Feet Stallion.
Really? Don't do her like that. Her feet is that ugly because he shot her in the foot.
Speaking of Nicki Minaj and you know, Drink Champs and Migos and all that, Mulatto, Big Lotto, she said it is not true that Lil Wayne denied her using the jingle or the background music or the background beat for Lollipop. She said she don't even have a song that samples Lollipop. So she don't have a song that's similar to Lollipop. Please don't go off of that. She don't have a song that's similar to Lollipop or nothing like that. So she don't even know where that rumor came from. And I was saying, speaking of Nicki, because Nicki is beefing with this girl. It's so unfortunate that she beefing with this girl like that. I really hate it. I hate that she beefing with this girl. It just makes me fall out of love with Nicki. I feel like it's no way possible everybody is coming for Nicki. No, I'm always told who's the common denominator. And I've always paid attention to that because I'm usually the common denominator. I'm always falling out with somebody and wanting to buy them. She just preached about that today. And it's just crazy. It's like, you know, no, people just can't deal with you and your mess and your flare-ups when you got flare-ups. I'm like, ooh, she grabbed me.
Y'all gonna make me hurt myself. Because we always want to point the finger over there. We always want to say, well, I'm not speaking to you because of this, and I'm not speaking to her because of this. But you ain't looked at you. You ain't looked at how nasty you are. You haven't looked at how bad your attitude is. You know what, that's why I don't be with nobody. No, that's not why you don't be with nobody. You don't be with nobody because don't nobody want to be with you. Because everybody can't tolerate you no more. They can't tolerate all your attitudes and all your flare-ups and all your tempers and all your shutdowns and your dispositions and your quirking. We don't know who you are. Sybil, 3 Faces of Eve, all of that. I'm not hearing nobody talk to me.
She read me down, okay? Okay? People get tired of hearing sorry from your jacked up self. Man, what? I was about to hit the floor. Okay, anyway, that's another story for another day. But yeah, Nicki Minaj has a problem. I'm sorry to say that, but Nicki Minaj is the problem at this point. And I love Nicki. No matter what, we cannot take away that she is the best female rapper in the game and mainstream female rapper in the game. And number 2, I gotta give it to Stallion. That bitch can rap, okay?
Yeah. But not Nicki.
Before I speak of Stallion, because we talking about the Stallion, I want to get into the Stallion.
In the Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez shooting trial 2 years after Megan Thee Stallion said...
To our cover story, Megan Thee Stallion taking a stand the Grammy winner, giving emotional testimony in the assault trial against the rapper accused of shooting her.
Is on day 4 of her ex, Tory Lanez, shooting trial.
This has fueled debates among hip-hop fans for 2 years now. Music artist Tory Lanez is accused of shooting rapper Megan Thee Stallion, and while some of the cases already played out...
Singer Megan Thee Stallion was all business as she arrived to testify in an LA courtroom today.
How do you feel today, Megan? Great.
The 27-year-old Grammy Award winner looked polished in a bright purple pantsuit.
Hey, you look great.
Megan is a key witness for the prosecution in the trial of a rapper named Tory Lanez, who's charged with shooting her twice in the foot 2 years ago. It happened after Megan and her friends left a pool party at Kylie Jenner's house. Megan spoke with CBS Morning's Gayle King about what happened next.
So I get out the car and it's like everything happens so fast. And all I hear is this man screaming, he said, dance, and he started shooting. And I'm just like, oh my God.
Were you afraid for your life at that time?
I was really scared because I had never been shot at before.
Prosecutors claim text messages Lanez sent to Megan are evidence he's guilty. I genuinely want you to know I'm sorry from the bottom of my heart, and I was just too drunk. Should have never happened, and I can't change what I did. George McDecian is Lanez's lawyer.
What do you make of all of this attention given Megan Thee Stallion's testimony today?
That's fine. We'll do our job and show credibility of Megan today.
Is it your position that somebody else shot her?
Yes.
Megan was in tears when she took the stand. She said Lanez told her he was on probation and said, don't say anything and I'll give you $1 million. Outside the courthouse, fans rallied to show their support, holding up a We Stand With Megan banner.
What is your reason for being here to support Megan?
I believe black women when they say that harm has happened to them, and I think it is important for us to stand behind them.
The Urban Binge Radio Podcast,
where we discuss viral topics, hot jams, new artists, fun, and informative interviews and conversations. This is your news stop for the hottest trend in urban culture news. 2 shows, 1 podcast, The Urban Binge Show and Sunday Flow Show powered by The Urban Binge.
The Urban Binge Radio Podcast. Listen anywhere podcast can be heard. This is the Urban Binge Radio.
If it doesn't fit, you must have quit.
Yo, chill, he's got the baby. Chill out, everybody back up.
Yeah, little man.
He's got the baby. Open it up. Have some respect, yo. Hey, have some respect. Have some decorum, man. $100 bill, boy. Yeah, you're doing right. Show me.
In the criminal justice system, the people are represented by 2 separate yet equally important groups: the police who investigate crime and the district attorneys who prosecute the offenders. These are their stories.
We had opening statements. Opening statements are still actually going. We had to pause midway through for lunch. Better than TV. If you watch the prosecution's opening statement, you would say guilty. If you then watch the defense's opening statement, you would say, what the hell is the prosecution thinking, charging him? Basically, the prosecution started with this story. They said that, hey, they're all at the party, and Tory is leaving the party with Meg. They're in the car. An argument breaks out, during which Meg says and insults his skills as a rap artist. This leads to a situation where she gets out of the car and he shoots at her feet and yells, "Dance, bitch." And then she ends up at a hospital, and a doctor takes out 3 fragments of bullet wounds from her foot. Now, if you just hear, and the prosecution says that Kelsey, the other woman in the car, is going to testify that Tory shot. And Kelsey has a text message where she texts somebody that, hey, Tory shot Meg. And then the rest of the prosecution's case is based on all these calls and texts where Tory's like, oh, I'm so sorry, oh, I'm so drunk. He never says that I shot him. He's like, oh, I'm just so sorry, I'm so drunk. So question what he's apologizing for. So that's the prosecution's case. Seems pretty easy. Then the defense comes up, and man, it gets spicy. First, the defense goes, they're not telling you about half of what's going on. The most important thing they're not telling you about an eyewitness who saw two women fighting, Kelsey and Meg. And so let's talk about why them two are fighting. Let's talk about how she was in the front seat. The gun was caught in the front seat. Let's talk about how she might have gunpowder. She does have gunpowder. Let's talk about how this has nothing to do with the fight between Tory and Meg and everything to do with the fight between Meg and Kelsey. And then the defense starts dropping the bombs. He basically says this, that they're in the car. Yeah, they left, but because Kylie and Tory were in the pool together. And Kelsey and Meg both felt some type of way about that, to the point that Meg felt really some type of way about that. And she was really trying to go, to the point that eventually, because of how Meg is acting, this is according to the defense, Kylie Jenner goes to Meg Thee Stallion and says, it's time for you to leave. They all leave. The defense's point is what happens in the car is this. Tory questions Kelsey, hey Kelsey, why are you backing up Meg for me trying to, get it on with Kylie Jenner? Meg has been snaking men from you your whole life. I hooked up with you, Kelsey, and then Meg went behind your back and hooked up with me. And Kelsey, this is not the first time. You had been hooking up with Ben Simmons. Meg went behind your back and hooked up with Ben Simmons. You had been hooking up with the baby. Meg went behind your back and hooked up with the baby. And so the defense starts dropping all these grenades. The crowd is captivated. The jury's like, oh, what's going on? And there's every reason that there could have been a fight here, not between Tory and Meg, but between Meg and Kelsey. And the shooting could have not been Tory. It could have been done by any one of the other people in that car. What does all of this mean? Well, I'll tell you a couple things. First, Corey Gamble, Kris Jenner's husband, is going to testify, so this will continue to be must-see TV. Two, the judge is terrific. I expect a very fair trial. The lawyers on the defense side are terrific. I don't know what the government lawyer was doing, giving an opening presentation that made it seem like the most open and shut case ever, when in fact there are huge questions, including an eyewitness who saw two women fighting, suggesting that you have to explain that theory to the jury, and you didn't. I don't love the prosecution's opening in that regard. Stay tuned. We'll have the full coverage here. It's up and it's stuck in the Tory Lanez trial.
In the criminal justice system, the people are represented by two separate yet equally important groups: the police who investigate crime and the district attorneys who prosecute the offenders. These are their stories.
Two of the Tory Lanez trial is underway. It started with Meg Thee Stallion testifying. I'm going to take you through what she testified about in the morning. We're currently on lunch break. She's going to come back and complete her testimony this afternoon. It started with questions about Tory Lanez. She testified that she knew him only for a short time leading up to this incident. They were friends. She was asked, were you intimate? She said yes. She was asked, were you exclusive? She said quite happily no. Then they asked her about her relationship with Kelsey. She said that she's known Kelsey since freshman year of college. How do you know her? How would you describe the relationship? I found her answer very interesting. She said, I quote, "We did everything together." They asked her, hey, how do you feel about being here today? She was struggling through the testimony. I was a little surprised at her answer. She said, I don't feel good. I can't believe I have to come do this. Not really sounding like a victim to me. She's a strong black woman. That's the image that the jury, I think, would have gotten of her. And I expected her to say something more like, I'm here for justice. I'm here to tell my truth. That man shot me. They asked her about when they left the party and when Tory got there. She had gotten there with a larger group of people. Then later she asked Tory to come. By the time Tory got there, it was a lot fewer people. And then towards the end of the night, they asked her who was left. And she said it was basically just me, Tory, and Kelsey. And then we got in the pool. Then she said that when they were in the pool, her wig started getting loose. It was coming off. She felt uncomfortable, so she wanted to leave. She told Kelsey. Her and Kelsey went to the driver and said, hey, we want to leave. And this brings up the first point of contention where, according to Meg, the driver said, I won't leave without Tory. Now, obviously, Tory's team says Meg said she won't leave without Tory. And then the person actually the defense attorney asked, well, why didn't Tory want to leave? And everybody was waiting for the answer to that question because that's the whole Kylie Jenner angle. Unfortunately, the defense objected. The judge said sustained. She didn't answer the question, why didn't Tory leave? The whole situation in the car. She testified that, hey, look, we all got in the car. I got out and arguments started to break out. Basically, Tory started the argument. I was shocked when she dropped and admitted that this argument started with Tory to Meg, hey, why are you snaking your friend like this? And basically revealing that he had hooked up with both of them, that they had been cheated on by him. And this sort of led into the whole big fight. At one point, she gets out of the car, but then she did get back in because they convinced her to get back in. And then we get to the shooting. And here, there was some shocking stuff. So here's some of the key stuff. One, Meg described that, hey, look, I got out of the car, I looked back over me, and then I saw Tory holding a gun, pointing it at me, and he shot me after he said, dance bitch. But then, this is the prosecution asking the questions, and even in the prosecution asking the questions, she said stuff that makes you scratch your head, which leads you to believe that what's going to happen under cross-examination. The prosecution asked her this, where was Kelsey when Tory was doing the shooting? You know what Meg said? Meg said, I didn't see Kelsey. I only saw Tory. Question, was she in your field of vision? Because she's right there. Where was she? If you can't answer that question, that doesn't seem like it adds up, especially not in a case where the theory from the other side is that there was a struggle and she was the one who let off the gun. If the victim can't tell you where Kelsey is, that seems highly problematic to me. The other parts of the testimony that were a little bit confusing is they asked her, where was Tory? Was he standing on the car? Was he standing on the ground? And she said, well, he was shooting up over the window, but I don't know if he was standing on something. And they asked her, how tall is he? She said, I think he's like 5'3" or 5'4". He's taller than that, but that's not tall enough to shoot over the window of an Escalade while standing on the ground. And then they asked her, hey, was he on the passenger door, or was he on the front door or the back door? That's what she said. He's on the passenger side. And they were like, all right, well, was it the front door or the back door? She said, I don't. The other part of her testimony that I found a little confusing, it didn't mesh with what the prosecutor said in his opening. The prosecutor said in his opening that Kelsey went to where Meg was, and that after Kelsey went to where Meg was, after Meg had been shot, that Tory was approaching them. Meg's testimony today was different. Meg's testimony was not that she got shot, she went away, and then Kelsey went to where she was, and then no. Meg's testimony is she got shot, she went away, and then she saw Kelsey and Tory both coming to them. Again, does not add up. We finished with, why did you not tell the police the truth? And this was very interesting, whereas typically prosecutors are in the business of supporting police officers. Here, they elicited testimony where Meg said, look, I didn't tell the police the truth because this was around the time George Floyd had been shot, and I thought if I told them the truth, they were going to shoot Tory. I didn't feel safe with the police. And I thought this was kind of weird, but she said it. She said, I'm a member of the black community, and in my community, we don't cooperate. What do I think? I think that the rest of the direct testimony is going to come out. It will be interesting. I think the defense attorney has a lot of room. Hey, what's up, bro? I think the defense attorney has a lot of room to poke holes in the story. And I think the rest of the witnesses are going to say things that the defense attorney is going to have to show that it doesn't, that if Kelsey was right there, how is Meg Thee Stallion going and telling you that when I turned around and I saw Tory shot me, I have no idea where Kelsey was?
Hey, nigga, why you lying on that boy? Is it the truth or a lie?
In the criminal justice system, the people are represented by two separate yet equally important groups: the police who investigate crime and the district attorneys who prosecute the offenders. These are their stories.
Oh my God. When we walked out of that courtroom just now, every single person was shocked.
Every single person was frozen. A lot of people were looking at me like, bro, tell me what is going on. Kelsey took the stand. Before she even started talking, there were fireworks. This started with Kelsey coming in and saying she is invoking her Fifth Amendment right to remain silent and not testify. When someone invokes the Fifth Amendment, they have to be invoking it because if they were to testify, they would be giving testimony that incriminates themselves. She said, I will not testify because I would be giving testimony that I'm incriminating myself. That's what it means when she invoked the Fifth Amendment. Now, the government offered her immunity. They said that we will not prosecute you and use this testimony against you, so please testify. Her lawyer came back and said, well, that's not good enough. I don't want you to just not use her testimony against her. I want you to confirm to me that you will not prosecute her for any crimes arising out of this instance, out of this situation. The prosecutors said, yes, on the record, we will not be charging Kelsey for anything that came out of this incident. And then she testified. I'm going to go over the whole testimony in the next video, but here's the piece that we just left off at lunch. The courtroom is just, I can't even explain the tension. They asked her, at one point, did Tory ever say that I'll shoot you? And she said, I'm invoking my Fifth Amendment right, which suggests, they asked her, what's the context? When did he say I'm going to shoot you? She said, I invoked the Fifth, which suggests that the context was Kelsey was doing something, perhaps Meg was also doing something that would incriminate her. That's the context. That's what I get from it. Bombshell from this morning. Let me catch you up on the rest of Kelsey's testimony. They asked her, how are you feeling? She said, I don't want to be here. They asked her, what's triggering you? She said, quote, lies from Megan. She was asked, what lies? That I betrayed her, that I am a bad friend, that I took hush money. Was asked, how do you feel about the allegation that you shot Megan? She said, that's ridiculous. She was asked, how did you meet Tory Lanez? Me and Meg both met him at the same time at a Rock Nation brunch. She continued that after they met, Meg wanted to hook Tory up with Kelsey, that did happen, that Kelsey and Tory were engaged in an intimate relationship, that Kelsey got COVID, went back to Texas, and during the time she was back at Texas, having left LA, Tory and Meg started getting it on. They talked about the night of the incident. They got to Kylie Jenner's house around 3 to 4 p.m. She was a great witness, by the way. She answered everything extremely knowledgeably, extremely truthfully. I believe every word she said. She never seemed like she was trying to hide something, except when she pled the Fifth, of course. Now, she's clarified this was not a party. Those were just people hanging out. There was maybe 5 or 6 people before Tory got there. There was a lot of alcohol. She said at one point she did pass out. When she woke up, Tory was there. They were all in the pool. They were having fun. She confirmed a lot of the speculation. Tory was hooking up or trying to hook up, flirting with Kylie in the pool. Meg was very agitated, trying to leave with Tory. Tory did not want to leave. She contradicted Meg's testimony. Meg said, oh, I don't remember ever leaving once and then coming back. Kelsey testified they all got in the car. They left without Tory. As they were going, Meg is rambling, being just weird, and then says, oh, I forgot my slipper. Let's go back. They all go back to get her slipper. Then they grab Tory. Kelsey didn't go in at that point when they went back, but when they came out, Meg came out with Tory, and Meg said to Kelsey, bitch, Kylie told us it's time for us to go. Tory drops the bombshell that he had been hooking up with Meg. Kelsey did not know this. The first time she learned this is in that car. That's when the argument ensues. That's when just lots of arguing is going back and forth. The prosecutor really tried to pin it down and make it look like the argument was only between Tory and Meg, and Kelsey was adamant that nah, everybody was arguing with each other. It was a mess. She confirmed that Meg was dissing Tory's career, his skills as an artist. This stuff all crescendoed. The prosecutors asked her about, was there ever a threat made by Tory to shoot? She said yes. Prosecutor asked her, what's the context? She said, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right. You can only invoke your Fifth if the testimony that you are compelled to give will incriminate you, meaning that the context around the threat, if Meg will not tell us, if Kelsey tells us, it would incriminate her.
There was an argument in the car?
It was an argument because I was ready to go and everybody else wasn't ready to go. But that's like normal friends stuff. Like, we fuss about silly stuff all the time. But I never put my hands on anybody. I never raise my voice too loud. Like, this was one of them times where it was like, it shouldn't have got this crazy.
Shouldn't have escalated to
right.
the way that it did.
So I get out the car and it's like everything happens so fast. And all I hear is this man screaming, he said, dance bitch. And he started shooting. And I'm just like, oh my God. Couple of times.
In the car, shooting from the car, Megan?
He is standing up over the window, shooting. And I didn't even want to move. I didn't want to move too quick, like, cause I'm like, oh my God, if I take the wrong step, I don't know if he can shoot something that's like super important. I don't know if he could shoot me and kill me. Like,
were you afraid for your life at that time?
I was really scared because I had never been shot at before.
In the criminal justice system, the people are represented by two separate yet equally important groups: the police who investigate crime and the district attorneys who prosecute the offenders. These are their stories.
Morning session. We had the doctor testify. The idea that these are not bullet fragments in her foot, that's done. Forget about it. Those are bullet fragments. Every single person on that jury, if you ask me, believed that it was bullet fragments. How did they get there? That's the question. Kelsey took the stand. He was asked by the prosecutors, I don't know what the prosecutors were doing. If you ask me, it was a fumble this morning because they dealt with the witness who was hostile, not answering their questions, saying that she lied to them about all these statements where she incriminated Tory. And then that fumble was picked up on cross-examination. The defense attorney looks like he's on his way to the house. The defense attorney starts with the immunity piece. Okay, you've got immunity. You're only testifying once you got the immunity. Understood. Then the defense attorney goes into this idea that she's been the immunity. Understood. Then the defense attorney goes into this idea that she's been paid off, and he does a great job of establishing the fact that she never made any statements to prosecutors in all of 2020, all of 2021. This happened in 2020. She only made a statement to prosecutors in September 2022, and the prosecutors are using all this evidence of alleged bribes. That stuff was years ago. So why would she have taken money years ago and then September 2022 not done what she's supposed to do when you take the money, which is lie for Tory? And to be sure, that's like the first 3 minutes across, because then we go into gunshot residue. You knew before you sat down with the police officers and gave your testimony that you had gunshot residue on you. Isn't that correct? She said, yes. Defense attorney came back and he used the prosecution's own questions against them. The prosecution had asked, hey, why'd you lie to us? Kelsey said, pressure. Defense attorney, where was the pressure from? Was it from Tory? Nope. Was it from anyone on Tory's team? Nope. Was it from the defense team? Nope. Was it from the prosecution? Yes. That type of sequence of questioning sits in a person's mind and goes, gee, I'm in a courtroom of law. It certainly seems like one side is winning. A lot more happened this morning. I'm talking about just a lot. The prosecution was straight up planting the seeds because I think there's a juror that they don't like and they're trying to get rid of him. There was an issue about the prosecution springing defense evidence. They're just like, oh, hey, we got this text message. I just found it in my back pocket. I'm going to use it. And the defense attorney was going nuts. Gloves are off at this point. There's a lot of cordiality. There's a lot of decorum. People follow the rules. Nobody acts out. But the attorneys on both sides, now when it comes to like, hey, can we get by with this? Like, no. I'm not okay with that. And, you know, they're saying stuff kind of out of order, out of turn. People are starting to feel that trial pressure. That's how it goes. Nothing is decided. Everything is an open game. You got to be on your P's and Q's when you're taking it to trial.
David, Megan Thee Stallion's former best friend and assistant, Kelsey Harris, took the stand today. When she got there, she was granted immunity. And her testimony seemed to leave prosecutors frustrated because she answered almost every question with, quote, I honestly don't remember. Tory Lanez allegedly shot the Grammy-winning artist Megan Thee Stallion in the foot July of 2020. Harris made it clear today that her memory from that night was blurry because there was a lot of alcohol involved. Back in September, Deputy District Attorney Kathy Taub recorded an interview with Harris recounting the night. A lot of that recording was played in court today to refresh Harris's memory about what happened that night in the Hollywood Hills. Harris describing each part of that night in specific detail. But in court today, Harris said a lot of the things she said in September weren't true, saying, quote, I was protecting myself. Prosecutors showed a text message Harris sent to Megan Thee Stallion security guard the night of the alleged attack that read, quote, help, Tory shot Meg, 911. But today, Harris claimed she doesn't know why she said that, saying she didn't see anything happen. Harris refused to refer to anything that night as a shooting, only that she heard gunshots. When asked if she was shot by Lanez, she issued her Fifth Amendment right. She also said that she did not want to be here today and that it was triggering for her, but she will be back in court tomorrow at 10 a.m.
In the criminal justice system, the people are represented by two separate yet equally important groups: the police who investigate crime and the district attorneys who prosecute the offenders. These are their stories.
For the final day of the first week of the Tory Lanez trial, the prosecution is expected to put on witnesses. They're going to play a whole tape of Kelsey's recorded interview with the police. I'm not sure how significant that's going to be. Here are the witnesses who I think will be significant. Now, I expect the prosecution to call the only sort of completely partial outside witness to this incident, and that is the resident of the home near where the gunshots went off. That individual said he heard things. He said he saw the muzzle go off when the woman was near the gun. He said he saw what appeared to be two women fighting. If the prosecution does not call this man as a witness and they leave it to the defense to call him, that tells me a lot that the prosecution is not putting on the truth. They're just putting on an extremely one-sided version of the story. I expect them to call him. The other witness that's very interesting is the police officer, Detective Stogner, the lead investigator in this case. The prosecution is not calling him to testify because they're saying that he's on administrative leave. The defense is saying, wait a second, he's not on administrative leave. First you told me he's getting terminated. Now you're telling me he's on administrative leave. The defense is obviously building the case that this was a shoddy investigation, that we need to know about why this guy's not available, not testifying, why he was either fired or on administrative leave. Who is this guy and what did he do in this case? But let me tell you who I think the most important witness is. Oh no, wait. Why don't you go to my subs where I just did a video, IG subscriptions, telling you exactly who I think the most important witness. Friday morning session in the books at the Tory Lanez trial. Prosecutors played the recording from their interview with Kelsey back in September 2022. A lot of the jurors had heard a lot of that stuff before, but now they heard it on audio played on the courtroom speaker. Kelsey told the story. She gave a lot of details. You know, when you do a direct examination, you maybe don't go over all the details. When you sit down with police and they do your initial interview, they go over every single detail, and every single detail is on the recording. We got a lot of gossipy details, including that Odell Beckham Jr. was there at the party that night. Kylie Jenner at the front had up to 6 security guards checking people. A lot more. You can go to my IG subscriptions. I give you all the gossip details. Let's get to the key part of the recording, and that's where Kelsey implicates Tory in the shooting and also makes statements about Tory putting out the idea that Kelsey denies taking any money, but she did acknowledge during the recorded testimony that statements were made to her that she could be paid. This was way back in 2020. As to the shooting, Kelsey said what prosecutors told the jury that she had told them before, which is that Tory was the shooter. They both got out of the car. Tory hopped into the front seat. He pulled a gun. Come to a close. We heard the rest of Kelsey Harris's recorded interview with the district attorney and their investigator. Let me catch you up on everything that went on. 2 ways you can look at this recording. 1, it's her honest account of what happened. She sounds confident. She sounds poised. She's telling you every single thing in sequence. 2, you can look at it as somebody who's giving rehearsed statements to police because she's guilty of crimes and doesn't want to tell the truth, and she's got her lawyers on the line and 2.5 years to prepare, so she spins a nice little story that makes her and Meg look good. I don't know. You be the judge. In her recorded testimony, she tells the whole story of what happened. We go to this gathering at Kylie Jenner's house. Apparently, when you go to a gathering at Kylie Jenner's house, it can be pretty cool. There's lots of security, as many as 6 when you pull up. OBJ is there. It's like a hotel. You get your own room to check into. Quite fan. The whole issue of Kylie and Tory and Meg getting jealous and them trying to pull Meg out, and then they leave and then they come back because Meg said she forgot a slipper, and then Kylie kicks them out, and now we're in the car. Tory's saying stuff like, hey Meg, why don't you tell your friend what's so funny, referring to the fact that Meg backdoored Kelsey by hooking up with Tory, and then they're like getting back at him like, yo, whatever, you're this, you're that. She's making fun of his career. You're only relevant because you were on a Jack Harlow feature. He's popping shit like, yo, I'm from Canada. Car, they both get out of the car. She sees Tory hop from the back to the front. He's got a gun and he points it and he shoots at Megan. That's the recorded statement. Does that add up and mesh with everything else? Well, how did the jewelry fall? How did the necklace get on the floor? She says, well, that's Tory physically assaulting me, and that's how all that happened. As far as her and Meg getting into an altercation, no mention to the police on the recorded interview. Was there a police officer or a detective from the LAPD at that interview treating it like she might be a suspect or hostile? Absolutely not. If you ask me, I don't think Tory was the only aggressor putting hands on people. That's what I get, if you ask me, when you look at the very different stories that everybody's telling and the part that the 2 females don't want to talk about. Remember the physical statures of the people involved. The idea that only men can physically assault women is a common misconception and not at all accurate. That's the shooting. Then they all get back in the car. They're driving. Kelsey texts my security. She texts the security. That's the text. Tory shot Meg. 911. Is that a real
text? Is that a cover-up? Then the rest was all of the aftermath, that when they get released, that there were indications made to her from Tory's team that they would invest in her business or that they'd be willing to talk to her about giving her money. Whether any of that was a bribe or was taken, Kelsey denied. And then what happened afterwards in terms of her communications with other people post the incident? She said that she basically never has talked to Meg. They had one conversation. Meg and her team were lying to her and saying that, hey, I'm really badly injured. I'm going to be out of commission for probably at least a year. There's nothing for you to do here. You need to get out of LA. And they basically shoot her away and sent her on to Houston, and she hasn't heard from her since. The recording ends with the prosecutors asking that, hey, are you just saying all this to get back into Meg's good graces? And she says, no, I'm saying all this to relieve myself of the burden of this. I just want to move on from it. On cross-examination, the defense highlighted a couple key facts about this interview. One, there was no police presence. Nobody investigating or asking Kelsey hard questions. Two, there was no grant of immunity to Kelsey at that time. So if she did have stuff to hide her own criminality, she would not have been immune from making statements, and so she had an incentive to lie. Three, they had asked her during the interview about certain text messages that might be relevant to the investigation, but there was no follow-up. They never went back and said, hey, can we get those text messages? And four, the idea that her lawyers were on the line and that this is rehearsed, prepared testimony that she had a lot of time to get ready for and give. Like I said, ultimately, what do you make of that recording? Well, you're going to listen to all the evidence in this trial. Trial continues next week, and then you're going to make your decision on who's lying, who's telling the truth. How did those bullet fragments get into Meg Thee Stallion's foot? And is Tory Lanez guilty or not guilty? Find out all that and more next week for exclusive, additional, interesting tidbits. Check out the subscription here on the main page. You will see posts about the DNA expert and the ballistics expert who testified today. But you're going to have to wait for that because I got to get some dinner.
Another thing that Nicki Minaj talked about that Jay brought to my attention, I did not know she talked about this, is that she wanted to get ass shots because of rude mouth or fuck mouth Lil Wayne. That nigga mouth is fucked up. Even with gold in his mouth, that nigga look like he drink blood every day. I'm like, why is his mouth so black? Like his mouth is like a puppet mouth. Yes, his mouth is like he drink blood. It's like purple or red all in his mouth all the time. When he opened up his mouth, I don't see pink, I see black. Like his mouth is a black hole. Seriously, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, ugh.
I think it got something to do with the goals, you know, and the contrast of the color that's in their mouth, because that do happen a lot of times with niggas who got goals in their mouth. They look black in there.
Right, that's what I'm saying. He always got like. Okay, so yeah, she got her ass shots moved from because she got her ass shots in because Lil Wayne wanted her to get her ass shots in, but she said, I never fucked Wayne, I never fucked Drake.
Because he was joking about her ass being too small.
Oh, really?
That's what she said. Yes. He said that she got a little bitty booty, that she got a little ass. So she was kind of upset about that. As in, not upset like mad, but upset like she was emotional or she was concerned about her body after that. So then she decided to go get it's not ass shots, so I guess that it will be implants because it is implants. We just say shots.
It's ass shots, bitch.
With Wayne and Mac and all these boys, and all I would hear them talking about is big butts. I didn't feel complete or good enough. This is what you're supposed to look like in the rap culture, and I don't look like that.
But that was you telling yourself that and not anyone else saying that to you.
No, yeah, they never told me that. Well, no, I'm lying. I think they said stuff sometimes jokingly. Even if they're joking, they don't know that the person is not finding it funny. But to a young girl, when it's from someone like Lil Wayne, it matters.
Anyway, let's move on.
This is the Urban Binge Radio.
This is a story about Jay's girl, Nicki Minaj.
You're right. Cause
Nicki Minaj recently did an interview with Joe Budden. And somebody who I think she loves Joe Budden so much. They argue, but they have like
she wanna fuck Joe Budden.
Yeah, she give me that. Her husband better watch Joe Budden very closely because, yeah, she giving me that she do want to fuck Joe Budden. But
I want to fuck Joe Budden. So
yeah, me too. She went on Joe Budden and she gave him a very candid interview. Basically, so she was bringing up. They didn't show everything, and I didn't go listen to the interview, but I seen what I seen. And basically, she was kind of throwing shots. Just slightly, a little bit at at Cardi B, basically trying to say, oh well, Cardi been on the cover of Vogue USA, while we ain't never been on the cover of Vogue USA. She showed her disdain for Cardi so much that she would include Lil Kim,
somebody who she clearly has copied after, but wanted to hate on, not hates, but hate on.
Exactly. And she's pulling Lil Kim in there, saying, you know what? If I should have been on USA Vogue already, Lil Kim should have been on USA.
Just so she can try to bring somebody like Lil Kim against Cardi, and then for once they will be on the same side and against somebody like Cardi.
Exactly.
Girl, she has you that pressed. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
Yeah, and by the way, let me make sure I say this, because you know how they like to twist my words. The same way I feel I should have already been on the cover of American Vogue, so should Little Kim. If we being all the way 1,000. If we be honest, because any female rapper, when myself or Little Kim goes on the internet, every day we see our influence. We will see our influence. If we being all the way 1,000. If this is what your magazine represents, influence.
Then how do you not? How do you not?
If we being honest. So I'm not gonna say it's about me only, right? And not give that woman her just due about what she did. And what
who's on the board or who's in?
That's manipulation. That's most definitely manipulation at its finest, as you know. But I'm all here for her speaking Lil Kim's name, because you'll never catch her say Lil Kim's name, and she hasn't in many years. But it's good. It's good to hear her say her name, and even want her to be on the cover of USA Vogue. I just don't want her to get such a big head that she really thinks she can compare to Kim. She can't. Kim is her mother. So you can't try to compete with your mother.
Like you try to sun everybody else.
Right. You're trying to sun people. You can't sun Lil Kim. I find that very narcissistic
and hilarious
and unhumbling. Like, she's not humble at all.
Exactly.
To be sitting here trying to compare yourself to Lil Kim. No, if Cardi is on USA Vogue, Lil Kim should have been on USA Vogue.
Exactly.
That's how you pay homage, and that's how you show that you are humble. And Lil Kim, if I should have been on, then Lil Kim should have been on. No, Lil Kim should have been on, and then you should have been on. That's how I feel. But I'm a Nicki fan. I'm not a Lil Kim fan or a Cardi fan. I am a Nicki Minaj fan. Now I love Lil Kim and Cardi, but I wouldn't buy a ticket to their concert. And I do have their music downloaded on my phone, because I do jam out to their music. But I'm not like a fan where I would, go buy a ticket. I will buy a ticket to a Nicki Minaj concert, and that's just period. But probably not.
I want to buy a ticket to a Nicki Minaj concert, but see, she's done things since then. But anyways, I just feel that it is a level of respect that should be given to Kim, and she shouldn't be able to just bring her up like this when she knows that she has really come for her neck on many other occasions. So just leave her out of it. Just fight your own battles. If you upset about something, Lil Kim didn't say she was upset. So don't try to make her upset by saying, Lil Kim should have been on the magazine. Yes, she should have. But like we know in the world, it's very white oriented, okay? Right. And not just white oriented, but particularly everything but black oriented, okay? So Cardi B is not black.
Right.
And let's just be real. I love Cardi. I am a Cardi B fan. I love her, but she's not black. So these people will honestly do any and everything that they can do to keep black people, including Andre Leon Talley, who made Vogue exactly what it is today.
Right. And he hasn't even been covered. He hasn't covered it.
Vogue was also accused of darkening Kim Kardashian and Kylie Jenner's skin on the cover of Vogue to make them look more black. So they will take white people and darken them, but they won't put real black people up there.
Right. That's true. Speaking of Nicki Minaj as well, in the interview, I said she got candid. She did. She got candid. She also hinted at a versus battle. She didn't say a name. Of course she didn't say a name. But she hinted at who she would possibly want to go up against.
Well, Joe Budden said the name.
Right. Joe Budden said the name. But once again, it gives me not humble at all. Humble yourself, because Joe Budden said the name, and it ain't like Nicki said no. Eve and Trina was a great matchup, okay? But Eve going up against somebody like Jackie or Akaya would have been even better. Trina going up against Jackie O or Kaya would have been even better.
Don't do Trina. Trina is 10 times better than Kaya.
Okay, no. Kaya can rap way better than Trina. Trina just has had...
we're talking about hits.
Okay, right. We're talking about hits. But all I'm trying to say is Trina has been pushed. Kind of like Cardi has been pushed. Monica has been pushed. Some of these people, Keisha Cole, K. Michelle, these people can't rap. They can't sing hardly. And they've been pushed on us and forced on us for us to like them. Okay. That's what she gives me. She gives me Trina gives me, she's been forced on us. Trina has some good songs, but if Trina was asked to spit right now, she can't spit right now. Trina has a lot of help with writing her shit. She's not a rapper.
Hardly a female rapper can nowadays. Especially.
Nicki can. Lil' Kim can. And that is in the New York blood to freestyle. That is.
Right.
But don't be talking about you no rapper if you can't freestyle.
It's freestyling. Nowadays,
so Trina ain't a rapper.
Freestyling is the
Kaya can freestyle. Although the bitch talk a lot of shit about gay people, AIDS and HIV, and us having that disease, and she's very raw and nasty with her mouth, she can rap freestyle. She can literally freestyle and kill a bitch. The bitch can spit. But I understand where you're coming from. She's not a hitter. No, she don't drop hits. She dropped a hit. All right, let it pop your pussy like this. And Steer. So maybe 2. Oh, don't trust no nigga. So
3.
So 3.
She got a good 3 under her belt.
She got a little good 3, yo. Oh, I've been a bad girl.
Whip your love on me.
I've been a bad girl. I'll just talk shit. That was a lame ass song. But I remember that did give her some money though. That kind of blew up for her. Anyway, speaking of Lil' Kim, Nicki Minaj, possibly. Oh, another person he named Lauryn Hill. I'm like, Lauryn Hill, please. And he named Foxy Brown, please. Foxy and Lil' Kim is who should be going up against each other. Nicki Minaj, no female rapper was out in her time. We had Nicki Minaj alone by herself for a very long period.
Time.
Yes, a very long time. So it wouldn't be Lil' Kim. It would be Lil' Kim and Foxy Brown who would need to go up against each other because Jay-Z was making that bitch drop just to compete with Lil' Kim and Diddy.
Right.
Nobody was competing with Baby and Nicki Minaj. I can't name a female rapper who was out that kept dropping shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
In that time. So no, I don't think that Nicki need to do a versus against somebody. Just like Busta Rhymes' ass is trying to do a single versus concert, Nicki probably needs to do a single versus concert, like some Beyonce or Mariah Carey type
No,
shit.
Busta should not be doing no goddamn single versus
No,
concert.
he shouldn't.
Put him up against Wyclef Jean and shut the hell up.
Exactly. Put him up against Twista or something like that. Exactly.
Right.
But no, he should not be doing one alone. Beyonce deserves one. Not even Mariah Carey deserves one alone because there's somebody who can go up against Mariah Carey. Now, dumbass verses that I think was dumb as fuck. I'm sorry, we're gonna move on because this is off the subject. Is Keisha Cole and Ashanti. That was a try.
Yeah,
They tried it.
They tried Ashanti, bitch.
Yes, they did because they're not in the same time zone. Clearly, Ashanti was out in the time of Lil' Kim, and Keisha Cole came out when Nicki Minaj came out. So I'm not understanding how those two could compete against each other. And
I
of course,
guess lyrically
Ashanti won.
and in the same genre they would be considered similar, but still that's not no.
Why would Nicki even do that to herself? Does she know that she's gonna lose against Lil' Kim? When them old ass shit started dropping and Lil' Kim saying all that nasty shit, Nicki heart is gonna be racing first of all when she walked up to Lil' Kim. They haven't seen each other face to face in decades. So her heart is definitely gonna be pounding.
But she New York, she can handle it. She gonna be done gave her a hug and everything like everything normal.
But I just want to see Nicki's reaction. Her face is probably gonna be like, girl, you copied everything this lady did, and now you stand up here doing it. So what do you have to say for yourself? And put the mic in her face, like. Mm-hmm. And what else? Oh, okay, great. Anyway, let's move on. Speaking of the Stallion, Drake lame ass shaded Megan Thee Stallion and Dram and Serena Williams in his song. Really, I don't know what's going on with Dram's situation, but Dram went on Instagram to kind of, take shots at Drake and say, nigga, you worry about some old ass beef, some beef I ain't thought about in years.
Hey, somebody tell Drake to shut the fuck up about that shit, man. Fucking 5 years ago. This nigga never even fucking touched me, nigga. I pressed his ass. His fucking bodyguards, goddamn. I ain't gonna hold you. His bodyguards went to town on the kid. But his bodyguards did, not his bitch ass. He ain't touched me. He's a bitch. You know that. Come on, why I gotta goddamn get into all of that? When I see him, I see him. You know what I'm saying? What's good with the one-on-one though, my baby? What's up, my nigga? But you don't want to do that. You want to have your guards. That's cool though. He ain't touched me though. And that shit from 5 years ago. Come on, nigga. Who else, like, you know what I'm saying? Why don't you keep bringing up, why don't you bring up how you got smacked by a Diddy or some shit?
Which I really didn't know they had a physical altercation. From what I read, I didn't know they had any type of beef. I didn't even know them niggas ran in the same circle, okay? I ain't heard of Dram. And I think it's giving, when Dram is talking, it's giving, he's too chunky. It's giving, but he is handsome. It's giving Dram is bitter. I think he feels like I lost my career due to Drake not liking me. That's what it seemed like. Cause I'm like, what the fuck Dram been at? Something Drake said about Cha Cha in his song, and Dram went like, you know, nigga, like, you coming for me like that, really? But also he came for Megan Thee Stallion. I don't know what the hell he said about Serena Williams' husband, but TMZ said he came for Serena Williams' husband. I know he said something like, and yes, Serena, your husband is a groupie or a fan or something like that. Yeah, he took a lot of shots. But for Megan, they're saying, okay, the black ass nigga, what's his name? Kodak Black. No, not Kodak Black. Yachty LaBeouf said, he said that Drake didn't mean no harm by his line about Megan Thee Stallion. Bitch got shot, but still the Stallion or whatever the fuck. He said Drake didn't mean no harm by it. It was talking about girls who get ass shots and lie about it.
So Lil Yachty recently tried to clarify Drake's bars that were allegedly about Megan Thee Stallion. I'm Asia Sky for Hip Hop DX, and check this out. Lil Yachty has spoken out on Drake's behalf to clear up what fans perceived as a subliminal line directed at Megan Thee Stallion on Drake and 21 Savage's new album, Her Loss. Circle Local lines made waves almost immediately after Her Loss was released. In the song, Drake said,
"This bitch lie about getting shots, but she's still a stallion. She don't even get the joke, but she's still smiling."
Now some fans believe Drake threw more shade at Megan later in the song when he rapped,
"Shorty said she graduated, she ain't learned enough. Play the album track 1, I heard enough."
During an IG live session on Friday night, November 4th, Yachty addressed the controversial line on Circo Loco, in which Drake seemed to refer to Meg Thee Stallion's 2020 shooting, for which Tory Lanez is currently awaiting trial. Megan graduated from Texas Southern University with a bachelor's degree in health administration in December of 2021. Her latest album, Traumazine, was released this past August.
I'm gonna clear this line up because I know Drake is not gonna do it. Has nothing to do with Megan. It's about women lying about their butt being real when it's not. And like Stallion as in like she's still fine, like, you know, like a stallion. You know? That was it.
Yachty went on to repeat the clarification after fans commented that his stream wasn't coming through clearly. Now, shortly after Her Loss's midnight release, Meg Thee Stallion fired off several tweets in response to Drake's lyrics. Without naming names, Meg slammed Drake and his rap peers for using her shooting as fuel for jokes and clout. Meg tweeted, "Stop using my shooting for clout. Since when is it cool to joke about women getting shot? You are lame. Ready to boycott about shoes and clothes, but dogpile on a black woman when she say one of y'all homeboys abused her."
Mark Lamont Hill tweeted and said once he heard that line on the third song, he turned the entire album off and will not be listening to it because he doesn't understand why Drake had to come for him. I mean, for Megan Thee Stallion, and if it was a male that did the same thing, Drake, that did the same thing, or a male that got shot or something like that, it would be different. Or something Mark Lamont Hill said.
Well, Dr. Mar, you can call me and we could talk about it over the phone.
Really, yeah. Mark Lamont Hill reminds me of Charlamagne, but he is fine as hell. But I understand. I can't fathom for the life of me why Drake would jump in there. I want to give Drake the benefit of the doubt because I love Drake, but I do know Nicki Minaj and Drake both are very subliminal and petty, and they get it from the man who they come from. They are like a piece of Lil Wayne.
And what's Nicki Minaj's last name? Queen Petty. Exactly.
But I've always thought that Nicki and Drake, I promise you, I've always visualized them as a Chucky and Tiffany. Tiffany. I've always, like, Lil Wayne literally found some dolls to I swear.
To split his personality.
Yes, to split his personality. I've always thought that, because I've always been like, on that High School song Nicki and Nicki and Lil Wayne got, it's called High School back in the day. And the rock star kind of type of song, and they in the locker room and all that. They sound, the words that they use, and they wrote their own shit, sound so similar. Even Drake is like is the other side of Lil Wayne's brain to me. He's like the calmer, softer, but still sadistic side of Lil Wayne's brain.
Because Wayne used to be trying to sing in his damn songs too. But Drake,
and now Wayne is a zombie because they done sucked his energy out. That's what it gives me.
He a zombie.
That's what it gives me. It gives me Lil Wayne. I mean, it gives me Drake and Nicki thrive off of his energy is what it gives me. And he is so drained from giving them so much of his energy.
Oh, Lord have mercy. I don't know. I don't know. Today drained me.
You know, I'm an Aquarius. I think deep and I think weird, okay? My thinking may be off from others, but don't judge me today or tomorrow. All right? No, not the day after tomorrow either.
Ask any Aquarius what their favorite song is off Beyonce's new album. You know what they're gonna say?
What?
Alien Superstar.
That's because we always
want to be on some spaceship type shit, bitch.
That's because you're talking to an Aquarius, and I'm sure.
I'm talking to an Aquarius. Yeah, you.
Oh my God, Alien Superstar. Stop it, y'all. Beyonce. Oh my God, I love that bitch. I'm sorry, I'm just thinking about all the notes in the song in my head. It's playing in my head right now.
Man, the hoof feet stallion.
Really? Don't do her like that.
Child, I'm sorry to tell you, but Tory Lanez shot them feet up, bitch, and they is irreversible.
Wow. I really don't think her feet is that ugly because he shot her in the foot. I think her feet
Girl, I thought
like
my
that.
feet was ugly, bitch.
She come from riding on horses, walking in the dirt and shit.
It
The
like
horse
a
probably
horse
done stepped on her
riding
foot a
up.
couple times. That horse probably stepped on her foot a couple times when she was little. While she was out there in the stand, he probably said, "Ooh, excuse me." Damn. Her feet is kind of curved a little bit, but don't do her like that. Don't do her like that. Her feet is kind of curved.
Well, she gonna put them Nikes on to cover them.
Yeah. She just, Megan got a collaboration. She announced that she got a new collaboration with Nike. So let's hope these Nikes are as cute as Cardi B collaboration with Reebok. Because Cardi put Reebok back on the fucking map. Although it was really Rick Ross that put Reebok back on the map. But Cardi jumped in, invested, and became a spokesperson. And Reebok is back on the map. They doing the fucking thing.
Child, everybody wearing them.
Right, they are. I was thinking about getting me something, but I really would have to get some really nice, cute looking ones. Like, I don't want no ugly, fat ass ones. And Reebok went out of style for some reason. They dropped tremendously for years, for like 10 years, over 10 years.
That's because Payless went out of business. Hell.
Right. And now they're back. But Megan Thee Stallion got these new shoes. You know, everybody will be at the store to get them. I'm sure they won't be in men's size. I have to get me a size 12. Jay can wear 9 in girls, right? Right?
Yeah.
I wear 12, probably a 13 in some shoes. Them motherfuckers. My feet is wide. At least I got pretty feet. Jay is using this foot scrubber thing that's scrubbing his foot. And that's taking all the...
Yeah, because I need some help on my feet myself, you know, but I try to take some work to them.
Well, no, you need help on the skin. She has a structure problem. Her shit is curved. Her shit is deformed, as if something stepped on them shits. Something, I don't know what happened to her shit. Damn, Megan. Not only do you got ugly feet, he done shot you in them shits. Them shits is probably barking too much in the car. He said, "No, get the fuck out of this car with that bullshit." I bet they shut the fuck up.
Well, apparently Nike said they had to reshoot it, motherfucker.
Damn, Megan. I feel so bad for her. She is Texas, baby. So Beyonce feet probably was
been working on the prairie.
Right. Poor little Megan. Poor Tink. Damn, Tink. Anyway.
Girl, we love you. We just joking.
Yeah, we are. Anyway, guys, we are.
She gonna make enough money to get plastic surgery on her feet now.
Right. She gonna get tired of y'all zooming into her goddamn feet. Why they zoomed into her feet?
Just paint them next time.
Why they zoom into her feet? Stop trying her, bitch. She Aquarius. We don't have time for the simple shit, okay? We really don't have time for the little small simple shit. We gotta go. We gotta go. Gotta go right now.
Sneakers today, bitch. She said.
She did.
Oh damn! I forgot I gotta wear heels.
Really? Anyway, guys, we finna get the fuck up out of here. That was pretty fast, I feel like. Although this video says that it wasn't, I think it was pretty fast. We got through this like this. Okay, guys, we'll be back. We're trying to come do these videos more frequently, more often. Okay. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell. And make sure you hit the thumbs up. Hit the fucking thumbs up, okay? God damn.
Yeah, because if you hit the thumbs down, yours gonna fall off.
Right. Think about that. This is Rebel TV, so if you want to watch us.
And go harass Kelly Price till she starts saying something now, because we need to know what she
till
at.
she answers. Somebody send the police back to her house again. Every week, send the police there. If y'all can find her address, send the police right back there. And pray for her, because something is going on. I don't know what the hell going on, but something's going on. Make sure you guys subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell. Make sure you hit that thumbs up. Please hit the fucking thumbs up, okay? I'm serious. And make sure you hit the bell so that you can be notified of every time we go live. Only like 252 people who have the bell on came from having the bell on. Thank you, you 252 people. I was surprised that 252 of our fucking subscribers came from that. So thank you, all of you guys. We're going to create a Patreon really soon so that we can give some exclusive raw content and don't have to exit out so many cuss words. And we can talk real raunchy and don't got to say a bunch of allegedlys and shit. Right.
Oh, make sure that you guys follow us on Facebook at THEE Urban Binge and on Twitter and Instagram at THE Urban Binge. Make sure you guys follow us on Bigo at The Urban Binge, and make sure you guys follow Rico at Rico Bellucci. And please,
I never give them my Instagram, so I don't even know why he always give y'all my Instagram. My Instagram is Rico Bellucci, but you do not have to follow me at my Instagram. Y'all can just follow us everywhere.
Child, follow all the shits. Follow them all. Follow them.
Hit us up. Y'all can talk to us, messages, and we do some promotions. If you want your shit promoted here on our shit, just send your shit to our shit ass email, The Urban Binge. That's THE Urban Binge at gmail.com, and we will respond with, you just tell us what you want us to show. Whatever. You got socks, you got hats, you got food, you got a pot, you got a new knife, you got this, you got that. We don't give a fuck what you got. You got a show. You want to promote your show, you want to promote your music. Whatever you want to promote here at The Urban Binge, just email us, theurbanbinge at gmail.com, or you can DM us at any of those social media pages, whether it's on Facebook or Instagram. You can DM us or Bigo. Just DM us and ask us anything you want to ask us. Don't be rude, because you are liable to get cussed the fuck out, because we are those people, okay? We ain't made much money to where our attitude done changed, and then we got to be like, no, we can't say that. No. Bitch,
and if you would like any graphics, designs, banners, logos for your brand or your channel, then you can also hit us up at those contact locations, and you can inquire about what you would like, and we can work that out.
Yep. And also, if you have any filming needs, so only small production filming, like if you have a wedding that needs to be filmed professionally, mid-grade professional. Professionally, high-grade professional would be Housewives of Atlanta reality show movie type shit. Mid-grade professional.
Okay, he's talking about Hollywood professional now.
Right, Hollywood professional. We middle ways. We a step down from there. We can come film your wedding. We can come film your child's birthday party, your birthday party, getting out of the hospital video, whoever's coming out of the hospital, a funeral, whatever you want us to film, whatever you want us to document for you. Hit us up. Tell us what you need, and we'll tell you if we can provide services for you or not. Make sure you're loaded, and make sure you got some cash, because when you ain't got no cash, we don't do shit for free. Not a goddamn thing for free. All right? And make sure you hit us up on that Cash App. If you want to be supportive and you got a good laugh and you watch this and you love us and you like us, support us in the Cash App. Rico J. RICOJA. Rico J. I want to hear that thing go off. We done heard it go off before. Thank you to whoever did that. We really appreciate it. We blessed them. And while we were in Atlanta, somebody just dropped us a Cash App and was like, this is for your YouTube video. Thank you so much. It was good. I was like, thank you. Shit. The fuck, bro? Right. Thank you. God bless you. Anyway, pray for Kelly Price. Like Jay said, y'all pray for Kelly Price. Make sure she gets well soon. All right. We're out of here. We'll see you guys later. Bye.
Bye.
Okay. Let me stop this.
On her mama's soul. On her dead mama's soul. Yeah. You love who will get blocked right now. Sweetheart, I don't give a fuck who you are. Respectfully. Fuck you talking about. Fuck y'all bitches stupid assholes talking about. No, you get off my dick, bitch.
We ain't letting nothing slide.
Yeah, ain't sliding this year, bitch. ain't sliding because y'all think all that other shit that was sliding is going to slide now. And it's certain things I know. I don't think y'all want me to say it. And I'm not only talking about Bigfoot. There's certain things I know y'all don't want me to say. Yo, can y'all pull up the party? Where that party song at? Let me hear some. Yeah, post the party song, shit. See that? 104,000. More than you can sell in the first week with 3 Grammys. You see that? That's what happened when you what? Lie on your dead mama. 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 Nah. Talk about my family. What I said. Now, bitch. You gonna learn this year. And all you bitches, I dare you bitches. I dare any of you bitches. And any of you niggas. Oh. Good night. I mean, Roman, you know, I'm here, but Roman, like, be on beat first. Give Roman a reason to... But you know what? I told you. Once my child came into this world, and all the Protect Black Women activists never see a reason to protect Onika. I said it's okay, but guess who's going to protect her own Onika? You are a disgusting serpent. Serpent, thou art loose! And for all my supporters that's on this live, I wish you blessings and love and peace this year. I wish you prosperity this year. I really do. Because you know what? You guys deserve it. You do. You do. You do. But you know what? Your first mistake is thinking that you were dealing with Nicki. So, if that Rock Nation brunch got you feeling like you could talk about my family, and I have a 3-year-old innocent child, have had my home swatted twice with guns drawn. They magically, no one seemed to find the person. Play with Papa at your own risk. Okay? Okay? Because when it comes to my child, you're going to get a different person. Okay? Okay. And I'm going to say it again for the people in the back. I dare you. And like I said, for all of my supporters, man, you have a blessed, prosperous, healthy, filled with love life. This woman clearly was jealous from the moment. You could see it on the live. I was so confused. And I have the text messages, bitch, because I spoke to you about it via text. Saying, because look, this is how vicious she is. She also commented. She commented on like an Instagram post saying something again about me drinking liquor, and I was like, "Hey, like I told you, don't say that." Da 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 da. Like I wasn't drinking liquor, and so why are you saying that? So it was all odd, very odd. And I have the text messages in my phone, Bigfoot. Girl, get the fuck. You getting blocked. Ugly. You was an ugly hoe. Now, everyone who believed me when I said it, everybody who didn't need proof. Oh yeah, she's very ungrateful. Very ungrateful, and God is going to expose her and everyone conspiring with her. And remember, I said this. Okay? Now go and put everything you want to put on them blogs, thinking that I give a fuck. You came on that live begging, Megan, trying to avoid the bitch, trying to do everything I could to avoid this dumb bitch. Oh, Barbz, go and tell her that, tell her to put me on her live, begging. Can't do nothing right. Begging. Stop begging. Begging. Stop begging. Megan. You the fuck. Alright, bye.
It's like, I love Nicki and all, but like, she coming off like she bullying people. She bothering people, starting shit for no reason. Nicki, like, worry about your music. Do your music, put your music out. I don't think this is good publicity for your album, because it's a great album. The album is like, and you are the #1 rapper, okay? Female rapper. Hell, I don't think it's no men touching Nicki. But the thing is, like, you have a lot of fans who just like, why? The cockiness, the fucking messing with people, bothering people all the time. And we can't say it's a New York thing because Cardi don't do this. It's like, you're bullying. I don't get it. I don't understand, Nicki. Just focus on the music so you can become a winner.
It was just a blessing in disguise.